Hi everybody, welcome to my guide, my, I don't know, 12th guide or something? Crysis 3 weapon guide. This is the Grendel. Not really one of my favorites, but it's better than I thought it would be, honestly, and you can get a good score with it. I want to start off by saying that this gun doesn't do anything particularly well that I don't feel like you could do with a standard assault rifle like the Scar, or a sniper rifle like the DSG-1, which is the best sniper rifle. Probably have a guide on that at some point in the future. Anyway, it's a longer range gun that's 3-round burst, and it's got a fairly slow rate of fire and pause in between shots that I think makes it really hard to use in close range at all. It's very accurate, and it's easy enough to get kills at long range, especially if you aim for headshots. But the fact that the sniper rifles, the actual sniper rifles like the DSG-1, are one-shot kills for headshots, and I believe 2 or 3 shots maybe to kill to the body. I know the Gauss is actually stronger than the DSG-1, but the DSG-1 has more ammo and a lot less recoil and all that stuff, so that's what I'd recommend using. Anyway, they make this gun a lot harder to use. Especially because, whatever. In a lot of these games that I was playing through, I was killed by people with DSG-1s at similar range. We'd start a firefight at the same range, and they would have a better gun than me. And vice versa with people with assault rifles. Because you can tap fire things like the Scar for longer range kills that you would get with this. I mean, essentially this gun just tap fires for you. But it's a lot less effective in close range. And I'll tell you why. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, I like to back out to third person when you're really close to someone to readjust your aim. And the fact that this only fires 3-round bursts makes it really difficult to do that, because you don't necessarily know exactly when it's going to fire too. I feel myself mashing the mouse, and it doesn't just fire exactly when you want it to. It fires at its little interval. Now, I was using whatever the perk is that increases your rate of fire with this, and I'd recommend using that. Still love ground punch kills because it makes it fire faster, and I think one of the biggest downsides to this gun is the gap between firing. I'm not sure if it's possible to flip it into single fire mode, but I would almost say that if you could, that would be preferable to 3-round bursts. I really just don't like 3-round bursts usually in games. Anyway, the positives here are if you have good aim, it's a good gun to use, basically. It's easy enough to track with, and it stays on target with its 3-round burst. I mean, it tracks up a little by the 3rd round, but it's easy to put a lot of damage on somebody. Again, especially if you aim for headshots. So it's not a bad gun to use in medium and long range, especially if you're supporting a squad. But what you're going to want to look out for are snipers and guys with the hunter bows, because they will kill you. Those are better long-range weapons, basically. And anybody with submachine guns or assault rifles has a better weapon than you in close range with the Grendel. So, depending on how much time you put into using this, it's sort of a jack of all trades. You can, get long-range kills with it. You can use it like a sniper rifle and sort of like an assault rifle, so it's a good combination of the two, but again, it's not my favorite. I'd recommend using either a sniper rifle or an assault rifle. I feel like it's sort of in a class like the submachine guns, to where they're fine to use and you shouldn't complain if you get killed by someone else that you had a disadvantage or anything, but I would never recommend using it necessarily. There's no reason to. Also, one more thing to note, I want to say, do not put on the suppressor with this. I used the suppressor for a while and just didn't, it takes off too much damage, basically. When you're already shooting people at long range, it's just not something that you want. It doesn't make the gun really quiet, and obviously you stay off radar, but if you want to stay off radar and you want to do something like that, take a bow, take a sniper. I mean, with a bow, you can even stay cloaked while you fire. I think it takes 3 rounds to break your cloak when you're in or 3 arrows, when you're using the bow. So that's just a better bet in general. Even though, it fires relatively slow, and all the negatives of other sniper rifles like the Gauss and the bow. But anyway, this was a decent game that I got using this. Recommend using it. I recommend using the perk to raise your rate of fire. And extended mags is a good perk, or a good attachment too. I still recommend just using the red dot sight, although the longer range sniper scopes might be useful if you wanted to, you know, more snipe with this gun. Well, thanks for watching. Look for the rest of my guides and any of my other content. Leave me a like, dislike. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.